My name is Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. So I've been doing this thing like this with my sleep. Yesterday I got one of the best sleeps I've had in so long, and last night, not so much. So I got bags under my eyes you could pack here and go to Europe with. But it's going to be a good day in spite of that. I got some more. I have some questions I got from people watching that I wanted to address because I thought some of them were good. Mirrored Guitarist asked, he said he wondered if I'm at an F8 stage yet. And I thought that was really hilarious. And my answer is probably not, because that would imply that I'm stable. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm probably an F7. MA70, MA20, I'm not sure. I can't read my own writing. Asked me to explain what my editing process, they're a writer, they wanted to explain what my editing process is like. So essentially what I do is, when I'm finished writing, I go back to the very beginning and I just go line by line and I read every single line, and as I'm reading, I'm thinking, is it necessary? And is there a way I can make that flow better? And I just go line by line. So essentially it's like rewriting the whole thing, but without actually having to write it or type it. And then Angus asked me, where will the book be? It's going to be on Amazon, I think, in hardback, and it's going to be available as a digital download. So thank you for your questions. If you have any more, ask them. I'll answer them in the next video. All right, so listen, I've got 4 pods today, and their growers are Kevin Bane and Clayton Hollingsworth. I'm pretty excited about both of them. For Clayton, I've got a couple pods that I'm not sure if I've had before, which is why it's exciting. Number one is going to be this. It's a Nazgla breakfast. It's a pretty cool looking pod. It's small, but beautiful, really firm. It's in great shape. So is this one. This is another interesting one, a brain strain long red. Typically brain strains are small and kind of round. This is a brain strain long red. It's bumpy and just really cool phenotype. And then I have 2 pods I got from Kevin Bane, and these are interesting too because these are also pods I haven't eaten before. So to eat 4 pods in one video that are all new to me, this is a Chili Willy Yellow. That's your Chili Willy Yellow. And this one is really cool. This is a Dream bonnet crossed with a habanero. So I'm not exactly sure. It's very, very cool. It's got some cool striations on it. And that's not like an old pepper. This is in amazing shape. So these are going to be very interesting peppers. I'm looking forward to munching them. I'll probably take photos of the interior as I do, and we'll put them up on Instagram. If you haven't checked out my Instagram yet, please do. My Instagram is _Johnny Scoville. All right, so we're going to do the Chili Willy Yellow first. Very cool pepper. It sort of it's reminiscent, at least in phenotype, to the yellow snackers from Tom Room, but I don't know. All right, now the seeds on this on the inside are a little bit dark. The aroma is amazing. I don't stress too much about dark seeds. I used to a lot. But check out this. Here's the reveal. You ready? Beautiful interior. Oh, if you had your smell vision on, you can smell this. Probably from there. If you've got the 2.0, you can smell it from where you are. It's from where I am. It's beautiful. Here we go. First one, Kevin Bane. This is the Chili Willy Yellow. I'm Johnny Scoville, and you have found Chase the Heat. was on the milder side heat-wise. So it's not a screaming hot pepper, which is good because if you're kind of a new chili head, this should be one you'd have fun playing with. It doesn't taste like a yellow snacker. Or it's different, I should say. Just there are some similarities. It's very fruity. Pretty neutral with respect to other tones. It had no floral notes. It was not bitter, but it really wasn't sweet either. It just kind of had a balance, a very kind of, but it had a fruity flavor. Heat-wise, it's not as hot as a habanero would be. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what the Scoville rating is, the Scoville numbers are, but a chili head would find it a 5, maybe a 4. It'd be hotter. That's a pepper that you could actually eat if you're a non-chili head. You would just have to be kind of careful in how you did it. Now there's a ton of brand new chili heads, and I get their comments every day. And there's a lot of people really, really excited about getting into their new hobby. When you are a new chili head, please go to at the end of the screen, at the very end of the video, on top, you're going to see either Pepperology or all the challenges I've done. Check out Pepperology if you're a new chili head, because it's going to have a lot of great information about how to build your tolerance and do it in such a way that you're not hurting yourself. You don't have to do it like I do. I'm a rather extreme dude, and I've been doing this for a really, really long time. Wow, the interior of this pepper is spectacular. Ironically, it doesn't smell as good as it looks. There's almost no aroma to this pepper. It's really, that's an odd thing to happen. You have a living piece of, something like this, and you cut it open, there's no aroma. All right, so here's the exterior, ready for the reveal, because it's beautiful. You ready? Look at that. Now factor in that there's no aroma whatsoever. It's interesting, but it's very symmetrical, pretty decent sized pith. Another word for the placenta. All right, so here we go. Now this one is the Dream Bonnet crossed with a habanero. Wow. Huh. I have an alarm set still. No, I don't. All right, so that was an absolutely spectacular pepper. That pepper was really juicy. It was juicy as can be, and it was sweet. The sweetness carried through the entire way. That's a pepper I could just snack on all day long. It's relatively low heat. And even though they had habanero in there, it's got more of a burn and not a sting. Actually, it's climbing a little bit. It's kind of cool. It's going to be hotter than the Chili Willy Yellow. And the burn is building. That's cool. It's kind of delayed. The burn is total mouth burn, no throat burn at all. But again, even though the heat is building, it's a burn and not a sting. Because those of you that have had habaneros, and I think most of us have, they tend to sting. They don't really burn like most peppers do. They have much more of a sting. It's like your whole mouth is getting a tattoo. And even though this one has habanero in it, does not have the habanero type burn. This next one is beautiful too. This next one is the Nazgul Breakfast. All right, now. For the outside and the interior, it's got a gorgeous interior also. Very oily, you can see how glistening the walls are. Oh, it smells beautifully fruity. Oh, I love eating peppers I've never had before. It's a thrill, really. Right, here we go. The nozzle of breakfast. And it's breakfast too, so this is perfect. And by the way, another question a lot of people ask. I eat something before this. I have a bowl of cereal. So that's my prep. Juicy as can be. Super juicy, and it had a really cool combination of flavors that I love that I used to not appreciate. I've never had a problem with bitter. Bitter is what it is. I've always liked bitter. But back in the day, in fact, if you watch old videos of the channel, like season 1, season 2, probably season 3, at least through the first 3 seasons, I really had a problem with anything floral. I mean, I hated it. Hated it. Didn't like it. And I think probably, I don't know if I had to pinpoint it, probably started changing in season 4. Because we're about to start season 8 or 9 or something. We're about to turn 8 years old, so we'll be going into season 9. But it was probably around season 4, I started changing. All of a sudden, when I was like, man, it's not. But that one had a combination of the two. And I've kind of grown to the place where if I have a pepper that has bitter and floral, that's my happy place for peppers. It's a beauty, other than sweet. Everybody loves sweet. But aside from that, bitter and floral are really great. Can't believe I said that. All right, the last one is the Brain Strain Long Red. Called the Brain Strain because that's what's going to happen to you when you eat it. Beautiful phenotype though, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Bumpy and perfect, actually. Sweet Pea always says that she doesn't like the fact that she goes, the mother in me hates that you cut towards your hand. And I do, but I've never cut my fingers ever cutting open a pepper. All right, wow. Very wicked oily interior. Wait till you see this number, oh my goodness. Let me take one more just in case that one doesn't come out so good. Okay, there's a delayed burn with the nozzle breakfast. Not that delayed, just it's starting to climb a little bit. And it's on the very back of my tongue versus the first couple were on the front of my tongue. This is the very, very back of my tongue, but not really into my throat, actually. Wait to see how oily and shiny the interior is. Ready for the reveal? And by the way, look at that cut. Gorgeous interior. Do you see the lining of the walls of the pepper glistening? Right there, you can really notice it. Same thing with this one. Super oily, right? That shine is the oils in the pepper. This one smells hot. All right, the Brain Strain Long Red, and this is from Clayton Hollingsworth. And you're not going to believe it. I came prepared today. That's a hotter pepper. All right, so that one, I'm getting lucky today, huh? That one was bitter, floral, and very hot. The bitter started up front, the floral came in about halfway through I was done chewing it, and then together they kind of wrote out the flavor. So the whole pepper as a whole kind of finished with floral and bitter, which sort of my jam. It's a hotter pepper than the first three, significantly hotter. Oh, I didn't give you the heat on the Nazca breakfast. That probably would be a 6. It might be some chili, as they call it, a 7, but it's probably 6 or 7 and up. There are some people that will call themselves a chili head, but they only eat habaneros, so that would be significantly hotter for them. But it's pretty decent. Now the Brain Strain Long Red, that's a hot one. That's going to be a 7 and above all day. Not a throat burn, but a raging tongue burn. This one's in the middle of my tongue, believe it or not, and kind of wrapping around the sides, so the sides of my tongue are burning. I'm trying to see if it's still climbing. It is. Beautiful. Okay, that would be probably a 7 and up. Super flavor though. If you like bitter and floral, you're gonna love that one. Now, you need to know that you can pick 2 pods from the exact same plant and find them different levels of heat, and they taste differently. Just the way peppers are. That's kind of how it works. But super, super flavor. Every one of those peppers, for eating 4 peppers that I've never had before, that's sort of a thrill. I really enjoyed that. Back to editing. You want to? There's. What I should tell you. We're looking at about a little over 100 chapters. It's over 600 pages. That's going to change throughout as I'm editing, because I'm always making adjustments. I'm not exactly sure when it'll be finished. I'm working on it diligently right now. I'm currently at chapter 14 in the editing process, so it's going to take a little while. But that is how it goes. Hey, I thank you for watching. I want to thank Clayton Hollingsworth and Kevin Bane for providing these amazing peppers. I got peppers in the mail. There's a lot. It's pepper season, and that is exciting. So be kind to somebody today. Tell somebody you love them. In the description box, you'll see Clayton Hollingsworth and Kevin Bane. On the bottom, you'll see my son, Johnny Scribble Jr. and the lifeboat. And up on top, you're going to see, I told you earlier, pepperology and all the challenges I've done. So if you want to learn more about peppers, pepperology. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.